weekling, and we're gonna talk more. What are we talking about today, Kai?
Yeah, I was going to ask you the same thing. Is what we're talking about. You know,
So,
one thing
yeah, let me hear.
I was gonna say that I didn't even realize that today is the 11th of the 11th. Is
Yes.
the 11/11 portal? Yeah,
So yes,
that's interesting.
how do you feel today? Did you get any? Did you feel different? Did you feel anything for 11/11?
Um, how do I feel today? Yeah, I feel that it's a very potent time. This particular 11/11 as well. Um,
Feel it. I feel it. Mm.
with everything that's going on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, and yet still, it's not like I kind of just living still.
That's all we can
What
do.
else can you do?
Have to live through it. We have to live through it and find some kind of joy and peace in the middle of all of it. But yeah,
Yes.
I don't. So like, I have been like trying to feel the. You know how they have the different days and the astrology and stuff and the new moon and all of this stuff. So I've been trying to see what it feels like for me instead of other people telling me what it is. So
Right.
I kept seeing the 11/11/11. I was like, well, it's not going to be anything. Like, it doesn't mean anything. I want to see what it means for me, right?
Right.
This morning, I woke up. First of all, I had a dream last night, and it was specifically said, do not have a political identity, right? That's like it
Wow.
clearly said, don't have a political identity right now. So don't be either side, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then
Mm-hmm.
this morning I couldn't get out of bed till 9:30. But thank God I'm off today because I was just feeling I think it's energy. It feels like tingly all down to my feet, Kai, from my head straight down to my feet. My whole body, and then after the whole body stopped and it was just my head. And I was like, maybe it's like my head feel like light, like slightly cold and tingly. And then I was like, maybe because it's breezy or something, right? So like I sit up now because I said, let me feel it. Let me see if I'm really feeling something. And my head was feeling the same way. So sorry. I think we got some things. I think some things came.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think some stuff came through today. So 11/11 is it's strong, at least for me. So
Um, hmm. Yeah. I saw well, I was looking out for my little markers of seeing the triple numbers, the angel numbers. So I saw some 222s today.
twin.
222 is
That's
what I
like
saw.
what's that? Like twin flame.
Um, well, actually, technically, the 11 is a 2. It's a type of portal because you have the 1 beside the 1. So that's like a doorway. Um, but it's also a 2. So that's interesting. I don't know. I mean, there's so many different meanings that you can derive. It's really what it means for you.
Yeah.
All I know is when I see triple numbers, and then for me, it's very personal because I'm constantly driving around. I remember we were talking about this. I drive around on the road a lot because I live a little bit out of town, so I have to drive into town, drop off the children. Oftentimes, I'm driving around all day, sometimes running errands, and
Yeah.
then back home again. It's a lot of driving, and so I tend to, if it's a day when things are very aligned and I'm in a high vibration energy, like more than usual, then I will see like triple numbers of license plates. It's like a little sign that me and life have. When I start to see that, I'm like, oh, all right, angels are present, and
Yeah.
I feel like I'm on the right path then, or something. Something is powerful energy on that day. because I'm constantly, and sometimes like really you couldn't I couldn't make this up. Like sometimes left, right, and center I'm looking, and almost every license plate and all the different numbers 222 999, and then sometimes they'll go like the four, because license plate usually have four numbers. Sometimes it's literally like 8888 or 9999, and I'm like, how is this possible that so many people have these multiple numbers? But no, some days I'm driving around, I don't see any at all. None at all. So it's definitely, it's a form of communication
Yeah.
that I have established with, you know, with
Yes.
life.
Yes.
So yes, I saw that this morning, 222, and I was like, okay, yes, powerful day. It is a powerful day.
Yes, it was. I wanted to see what it was for me because I read all this thing and I was like, yeah, no, some energy came in. I don't know. It felt like full body energy. So I think it went through all the chakras and then some attention to the crown chakra. So I'm curious to see when energy
Right?
comes, right, how it integrates. Like, so what will I discover in the next few days? Because you don't know exact, well, for me, it takes like a few days to actually get the new perspective of whatever they were trying to share.
Transmit.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I am curious to see what's going to happen. So before you came on, I was talking
Mm.
about what I'm now seeing this year. This year, Kai, has been quite the year for me. Okay. So
Mhm.
I was saying, like, like in my other podcast, I had thought the year was going to be abundant, but it proved to be a relationship with abundance with my divine aspects and my divine team more so than actual physical abundance. But I feel like it's a deeper form of abundance, that security and safety in knowing that you're loved and the universe is going to take care of everything for you. Like, you don't really have to figure it out, right? So I feel like it
Right.
wasn't what I expected it to be, but it's even better, right? So then I got an expansion on it, and I wrote it yesterday on Threads. It's also being taught through detachment. So detachment, not in the form of I don't care about anything or I don't love anything, but detachment in the form of when the experience is over, being able to learn the lessons and integrate the experience, but also being able to let go and know that I'm still loved even with that loss that I feel, that I still have, and you still find joy, and there's still more life to live, and there's still more joys to come, and but also being grateful for what I had before. So as so it looks like I got a lot of detachment learnings this year, and I feel like it's going to expand more with this political selection that's going on, and how my world has the potential to change on a daily level, um, of probably not having the same experiences I have now, but still, hopefully, I'm able to let go and know I'm still loved and taken care of, even if it doesn't look the same way. I mean, I hope I'm able to do it when if it does occur, because you don't really know till you experience it. But yeah, I think that's what's going on with me.
Hmm. Right. Yes. Um, hmm. Yeah, I think those are some very important lessons. And detachment, I feel that too. I feel that resonates with me. Like detaching from, yeah, because we think that things are gonna be a certain way, right? Or we have our ideas of, even as you say, as what ideas of what abundance is and how it will come. And so letting go of the attachment to even like what we think is good or bad. It's interesting because
Right. That's
even
true
like,
too.
yeah, yeah, because an experience that we might label as bad,
Could be
right,
good. Could be
could
good.
actually be good if we just let go of our view of it, let go and just, yeah, detach so that you can have an more objective perspective,
And
right? And then an
observation.
experience, huh?
And like observe what's happening instead of
Observe,
yeah.
right? Exactly. And leave room for the lessons to come.
Right. It's
Um,
all lessons for us. It's for us, not it's not happening to us, it's happening for us. Even if it doesn't look like it, you know?
right, yeah. Because we have sometimes, or I have an attachment to, like, you want to feel good, you want good things to happen, you want the abundance to come in the usual ways that we think it's gonna come, like, more good stuff, more money, more jobs, more whatever it is that we desire. Um, yeah, it's interesting. Well, when I look at myself as well this year, like, there have been some lessons that would seem harsh, but it's like really taught me so much, like just that whole labeling of good and bad. Because as you know, I was in an accident this year, a car accident. So there was injury,
Hmm.
and yet still the lessons that I've been able to learn through that injury and the perspective of life that I've been able to absorb has really been, it's priceless. It's priceless to me. Um, yeah. And also the talking about abundance, right? Because there's some important lessons I've learned about my own self care through the whole injury
Hmm.
and the care that I wasn't giving myself before. And then I had to do like a complete turnaround. And my daughter, my eldest daughter, actually helped me with this too, with prioritizing my own self care
That's good.
after the injury. Yeah, and she was like, one time she was like, okay, mommy, but just remember that you are actually teaching your daughters through the way that you're treating yourself. You're teaching your daughters how to care for, and I have three daughters. She's like, remember, you're teaching your daughters literally um, how to value themselves by the way that you are treating yourself.
Yes.
I was like, okay, that one I had to sit down for that one. That's my elder. That's my eldest daughter, and I was like, right, she's right. So
Yes.
then, no, in actually prioritizing my own self care, right? This is so interesting. I've seen so much more abundance, and it's not like I am like have so much this massive um, new amount of money in my bank account, right? It's not like I have more massive amounts of money in my bank account. It's actually that. However, now that I am prioritizing myself more, it's like I'm allowing me to be kinder to myself. And so, like, I have more. It's just weird. It's a weird thing. I'm eating better. I am like um, just feeling better, treating myself better, getting the nice things for myself and allowing myself to do that.
Yeah.
And that's abundance.
Yes. It
That's
is.
abundance, and my life is so much more abundant. And also, I let go of the worry and the fret of the, oh, but how is this gonna
Yes.
um happen? The scarcity, and so like the scarcity mentality has kind of, I've been able to kind of let go of that a lot more in
Yes.
prioritizing myself and my own self care. And
Hmm.
then there's just more abundance. And then when I need it, actually, the thing is as well,
It
as I
comes
find it comes. It comes. Yeah,
in the right
yeah.
time. In the
In
right
the
time.
right time. Yes. Yes. I let go of the worrying of, oh, but if I do this, if I buy this, no, if I, you know, treat myself to this, what's gonna happen? I kind of let go of that a little bit, and I'm like, yeah, well, I'm treating myself. Yes, I need it, and I want it, and why not? I deserve it. And then the other stuff, whatever I would have been worried about, kind of takes care of itself in its time, in the
Hmm.
right time.
And enjoying the
Interesting.
moment that you're in, like what the abundance is in the moment, right? So, like when I wasn't working, I had an
Right.
abundance of time. It was so great. Instead of
Yes.
focusing on, oh my God, what the
Yes.
money. So when you focus on where
Yes.
abundance is, right? Um, yeah, it's so beautiful because then it comes to you in all the different ways that you didn't think about. And then the way you need it, it comes too because you're able to see the abundance in your life now. So
Hmm.
I'm trying to enjoy the space I'm in now and know that what's to come will come in the right time that's best for me. So detaching, like you said, from what the expectation is and just trusting. So, so what else? I think we were going to talk about sacred geometry.
Yes, that as well. That is one of the topics that I think brought us together, right? Interesting. Um, and recently, yeah, I was sharing with you that I watched something. I watched a video about where Terrence Howard was talking about sacred geometry. And I just found it interesting because he has his whole new take on mathematics and physics and even sacred geometry about looking at, instead of looking at the lines and the actual shapes,
Yeah.
he highlights looking at the space in between it.
Space in between, Kai. The space
Yeah,
in between. That's it, right.
right. Yes. And he was saying how there's actually no straight lines, is what he was saying. In the natural world, there are no straight lines. In nature, there are no straight lines. And so you even know everything they say in the natural world comes from sacred geometry and these shapes and the platonic solids or the essential shapes. He was saying, but actually, like it's all derived from the flower of life. Um, and it was man that put in the straight lines. I found that was interesting. I thought about that. Found that quite interesting because, and he was saying that it was actually the church at the time that was promoting the use of straight lines because they thought the world was flat, right? But it's just interesting, the whole thing, and looking at the larger perspective of masculine and feminine, and how the feminine had been bypassed and overshadowed, and how now we are returning to an honoring of the feminine. A lot of the whole spiritual movement and everything right now, and in rectifying the imbalance of earth, a lot of it is about returning to the feminine, right?
Yeah.
Female empowerment, and honoring the feminine, and even talking about that, looking at the space in between the shapes and not the actual shape, that's also the feminine.
Yeah.
Because like one of the laws of the natural laws, you have like the law of vibration, the law of correspondence, the law of um, rhythm, the law of gender. You have the law of gender, right? So everything has its masculine and feminine. Even concepts, even breathing apparently is masculine and feminine. The breathing in is
In
apparently
and out.
masculine
Yeah.
and out is feminine, right? Everything has its masculine and feminine. So the space in between the shapes of the sacred geometry is the feminine aspect, right?
Yes.
What?
The space in between, that void is where the creation
Mm-hmm.
occurs, the potential for what it could be. That also could be the patience from creating what you want to create, that time in between also. It could be represented so many ways. So yeah,
Right.
the space in between. I believe we are in a space in between right now in the world, right? So we want to move into a more balanced feminine and masculine, and we having a back and forth with this masculine not wanting to let
Hmm.
go. And
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel it feels like we're in a space in between before we come into the balance, you know? So I
Apparently,
was
we're coming into now though. Something feels very like things have been set into motion, especially with the. I gather that the election that just passed is a type of a marker, like a marker for a domino effect.
I think
And
so. I think
yeah,
so. I
yeah,
think
it's like
it
it's
didn't
like an
crumble.
action.
It has to crumble completely, and it will crumble with the way that the choice was. It wouldn't crumble completely any other way. I don't think. I think it had to be what it is in order
This
for
was going to be the most direct way.
correct.
If it had gone the other way, it
It
wouldn't
would
have
pull
been
on it.
so overt. It would prolong it. You get, yo, don't it? Jano, you see it
Only get
because
it this morning, Kai.
yes, it would have, yes, that's exactly it, Malika. It would have prolonged it because things are not so, you can't, with this way, like you can actually see really so direct. It's a weird thing. It's a weird thing, you
And
know?
again, just like what you were saying with you think stop, we can't look at good and bad. It looks like it's going to be bad, right? But in the long
It's
run,
something that's necessary,
so we can
right? In the
rebuild.
law of
But
one.
the
Mm-hmm.
foundations have to completely, it
Mm-hmm.
has to completely
Mm-hmm.
be removed. And I think this is the only way. So everybody
Right.
have their purpose. Everybody have,
Yes. 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 You
so
know, I just said that this morning. Because somebody was saying, oh, they were talking about the day of reckoning. This is kind of abstract, but
yeah.
this guy was talking about the day of reckoning after we die, and it would be totally unfair for those who are good to have the same end as those who have been bad on this earth. And I was like, you know what? When we transition and we return to our God self and the oneness of love, we
Mhm.
might be surprised as to our perspective of good
Correct.
and bad.
We can't see it. We can't see
We
who
might
came
be
into the fight.
surprised.
We don't know. We can't see it. And I had that understanding a few weeks ago. I was so focused on your life, what you are supposed to do. Do not concern yourself or by defining other people and what their purpose is. That's not your concern. Your concern
Yes,
is you. You can't know
yes,
what he is, what
yes.
he came to
And
do.
that's the judgment. I
Yes.
got that just this morning.
Yeah.
And yesterday I got that and just this morning. It was something my husband said. And this is always a big teacher for me, is my relationship with that damn man. But but yesterday he said something and I found myself I was judging him in my mind because it was like it was all right. He used to um criticize others for designing like accolades, like government accolades and awards and that kind of stuff, right? And then
Mhm.
yesterday he told me about an award that he was getting, sort of a thing for his film. And in my
Ah,
head, I'm like, but that's a bit hypocritical. Where all this time you used to like down people for being proud of these awards, and here you are telling me all proud about this thing. And in my head, the whole day I was thinking, man, that's hypocritical. I need to say it to him. I need to point this out to him, how hypocritical he's being. And then later on in the day, and I was like, but who the hell am I to point out to him? The truth is in life, sometimes you don't realize how you'll feel. You might look on something and think this way about somebody else, but then when it happens to you, you don't realize until it happens to you. And who am I now to be saying to the man and,
mhm.
judging? It was a type of judgment. I had to catch myself and I'm like, you know what? I don't need to point anything out. Just let him live his life, man.
Right, and he'll come to his own conclusion. I used to be like that too.
Yes.
Like I want to tell people about themselves because they need to know because they don't. But it's
Yes.
not.
Right?
Honestly,
Tell
the
people
most
about themselves. The rotted. What
right,
the
and the
heck?
most growth I've had with discoveries I got on my own without anybody telling me I was this, that, or the other. And those discoveries have been the most humbling because then you have to look at yourself and be like, I can't believe I am this. Oh my God. And then you have to love
Right.
yourself through it. But yeah, the most profound understandings came from within, not from other people. So yeah, I'm not supposed. Well, everybody have their different paths, so I don't know. But for me, I know I'm not really here to tell anybody what their purpose is, to judge anybody, to try to figure out
True.
anybody's life or what they come to
Yes.
do. I'm to focus on myself and where I fit into all of it and what I'm supposed to do. So yes,
True
girl.
that. Very, very true.
Yeah, so this
Yeah.
this cycle we're in, it's I feel it's an accelerated cycle. I think it's gonna be bumpy. But I think we're
It
gonna learn.
feels like it's gonna be a bit bumpy, and you know what? It's funny you should say that because there were two earthquakes yesterday. I'm shifting. There's a beautiful
Oh,
Christmas tree, right?
beautiful,
Christmas
yeah.
tree. There were two earthquakes in Jamaica yesterday. The
Oh
first time,
wow.
yeah. Isn't that weird? I
Yeah.
was like, everybody was kind of like, what the heck?
Yeah,
The
it's
first time I've
shifting.
I've experienced that.
It's
Two
shifting.
earthquakes in one day.
It's shifting, girl. It's shifting. Um, so yeah, so this is where I think we'll get a lot more lessons in detachment of things not being
Right.
the way we expected, and then mastering ourselves, like finding the
Mm-hmm.
joy still, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes. Mastering ourselves, and what I've also been what's been going on in my mind is also mastering my thinking in terms of my expectation of what's gonna happen, and like letting go of the actually within myself, letting go of the patterns of thinking, oh, this is gonna be the same, or yeah, but remember this is gonna take a long time, or whatever. You know what I mean? And actually letting go of you know what I mean? Letting
mhm,
go of assumptions of anything, and that way just leaving more space,
for it to be
leaving more
whatever it's supposed to
space for it to be whatever it is gonna be. Yeah, for even miracles. Because how miracle is going to occur if I have in my head already that no, it's gonna be this way, or you know what I mean?
be. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so important because as it's really we are waking up to our own power.
Right.
Well, that's where I am. Yeah, waking up to our own power and just how much we have been creators all along, um, just unconsciously creating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. Unconsciously
So
creating the same thing and the same experiences over and over that do not support our joys. Now we need to consciously
right.
create,
Yes.
experiences that may not be the same. They may not be the same outcome. It could be a good outcome. It could be even better than I thought it would be.
Exactly. Yeah. And joy is so important because I know you're a champion of joy.
Joy is major for me.
Yes.
I
Yes.
feel
Joy
like it's
is
a
major for you. And
breadcrumb. It's like a sign of the way we're supposed to go. Like,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And then it's like literally a way, it's a path. Like we can bring it with us wherever we go, you know? Like
Yeah.
you can find joy in like just some little mundane things just by like maintaining your vibration and
Right. The combining of the mundane with the sacred too came to me
yes,
like 2 weeks ago.
yes, the
Um,
combining of the mundane with the
with the
sacred,
sacred.
exactly. Yeah,
That's
yeah, making
that's
everything
and
sacred.
I think that's what we are too, physically. Like we are the mundane, like the physical being and the sacred, right? The
Yes.
divine energy, light, the soul together. And this world, I think, is what it is. Even in the sacred geometry, right? The space in between that we don't really know what it is that creates, and then the hard lines, the two together make the actual figure.
Thing.
Yeah, you need both.
Right.
So I
Yes.
don't know, girl. It's been a hard year. I will not say it was an easy year at all, but it has been a year of a lot of growth and understanding, a lot of inner
Yeah.
understanding,
Mm-hmm.
really integrating and getting it um to the core, right? Getting
Mm-hmm.
it ingrained.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yes.
So that has been,
Inner
this year has
understanding.
been, I don't know what else is to come,
Yeah.
but I think there's a lot more to come. But I think what we did this year was
Yes.
learn how to, when the bigger things come, because we learned how to deal with the actual personal level of it, the core of how to move through it. As it gets bigger into the external, we'll be able to handle it.
Right.
I think this year was,
Yes.
yes,
That's reminding me of trust.
yes, it's
Mm-hmm.
an expansion
We've
of
learned how
trust.
to,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, trust more.
So,
For real.
girl. So what else we could talk about?
um,
Yeah. So right now too,
well,
when you were talking about, you had mentioned things not looking how they feel. So right now it looks like the divine feminine is not moving forward, but I honestly think it is. We just can't see it, but I know it. I don't know
yes.
how else to explain that, but I just know that it is moving forward, um and growing and developing, even though on the surface it looks like it's not.
Hmm. Um, hmm. Yeah, that's an interesting one because it makes me start thinking about how it looks on the surface.
Yeah. But I mean, with all the abortion
Yes.
laws and the women's rights that are not being upheld, right? It looks like women are not being heard or listened to. But I don't think that's the case. I think it's growing. We just can't see it.
Oh, you mean with the recent um,
With the
changes
laws
in
and stuff,
government and
the
the
women,
laws that are
yes.
being spoken about?
Oh no. Where did Kai go? Hopefully she comes back soon. Guys, I'm waiting for Kai to join again. If I pause it, I'm not sure I'll be able to join it. So y'all gonna just see me sitting here for a little bit. Where is Kai? I wonder if it's her Wi-Fi. So what can I talk to you guys about in the meantime? Okay, yes. So it looks like, you know, ah, yay, you're back. I don't know. I can't hear you, Kai. I'm not hearing you. I don't hear nothing. You hearing me? I wonder why. You're not hearing me either? Mm. We lost her again. Hopefully she comes back soon. Okay, hopefully.
Have a lot of storage,
Oh,
and this
hearing
app
you.
is taking. Okay,
I
right.
just didn't know you needed the app. If I had known that, I would have just done Zoom.
Yes, sorry about that. It's my fault. It's my connection and the device storage. But anyway, it worked. I was like, wait, is this gonna not work today? Today? And then after a lot of tries, which taught me something too interesting, because it taught me like, okay, when you want to do something, they'll keep going for it. There was like so many obstacles. I had to reset my Apple ID. I had to clear a whole heap of storage on the phone. I had to do this. I got couldn't find my way even into the email. Couldn't remember the email password. It was a lot of different things. But anyway, here we are. It gone again now.
No, I can still hear you.
Oh, you can still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, right. What I was saying is that we don't know. We don't even know if those laws are actually going to come to be passed. You know,
Oh,
and
they're
not
passed here. We have 6 weeks for abortion here in Miami. So it's passed.
it
It's
passed
been,
already.
yeah.
But in but it so quick.
Miami passed, yeah, since last year. We were trying to change it this year,
Oh,
and we didn't even get to change it.
oh,
Yeah.
right.
So, oh, no. Ah! Oh my goodness. I don't know. Maybe we're not supposed to talk about those things. Let me see. I'm gonna message her.
Hi.
Okay.
Oh boy, my storage is low though. I think it might not work for long.
Okay. Well, maybe we supposed to sorry. Maybe we're supposed to end it here then. Maybe
Yes,
that's
I think we're not supposed to talk about those things.
yes. I was
No
just gonna
talk
do that.
the future. No
Yeah.
talking about the future.
So let's
Just
just
right now, and but that what I learned about sacred geometry, it was It made me want to revisit it, revisit the meaning of the shapes and the.
I don't know, the voice gone again. Oh my goodness. I don't think Kai's coming back. Maybe we end it here, guys. Anyways, it was a great conversation. So hopefully I'll be back soon with someone else to interview, talk with. I hope you guys have a great 11/11 and a great week. Oh, she's back. Kai. Kai. Your storage isn't good. It's running out. I'm on a laptop. I think maybe that's why. I think it's going to stop again because I can't hear you again. Maybe we should just end the video here and then like continue again the next time when you have a laptop. What do you think? I can't hear you, Kai. Oh Lord. Can't hear you. We will do it next time.